beers. Bloody
Beers
on the piss.
Welcome back to the Bloody Beer and Beers podcast, brought to you by Bluebet.
That's Klutz. I am Das. We are the Bloody Beer and Beers. We started out reviewing craft beers on Facebook, and now we bring you the conversations that you can more than likely hear from the front bar at your local. Klutzy, where are we, mate?
Mate, it is the Caxton Hotel, as always, on our 300th birthday.
Our 300th birthday. How wild is that?
Yep.
For those who have no idea what we're talking about, this is actually the 300th ever episode of our podcast. Quite fitting that it's the On the Piss podcast, because we're just going to sit here and chat shit for the next hour or so we hope you enjoy. But yeah, mate, congratulations, raising the bat.
Quite fucked. We're in a steam company.
Yeah,
we're on our way towards becoming Michael Clark and Matty Hayden, I think is every boy's dream.
100%.
Every boy's dream.
We thought we'd kick off this week though with a bit of a look back at what was.
Yeah,
because it's been a fucking long and winding road to get here. We've been going for just over 3 years, I think, of the actual pod.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe longer.
I reckon 3.5.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, 3.5 for sure. Started February 2020, I believe.
You're right. So it must be 4 in Feb coming up.
Yeah, in the backyard of your mum's.
Yeah, which mum commented
house.
today. We did a post and mum commented today the address of the house, which we don't live there anymore, so I don't know why she did that, but I'm aware of where it was,
People
Kelly.
can go and do an Alex Twall and take a patch of grass, and
that's it from the backyard.
Darcy once stood here.
That's it.
Yep.
But yeah, it's been a long and winding road. First of all, we should probably say thank you to everyone who's supported us along the way, because it's fucking wild some of the shit we've been able to do over the last 3 years, and it's only because of people who are listening to this podcast. So there's obviously too many of you to thank because of all the listeners out there, but we actually love and adore you more than anything else in this world. But what we thought we'd do would each come with our top 5 moments of the BBB podcast since day one for episode 300. So, Klutzy, do you want to kick it off, or do you want me to with number 5?
Yeah, mine are in no particular order. I just had to write down a quick one there, purely because I thought of everyone that supported us along the way. And I'm actually going to kick off with our mate Sheriff.
Yep, the Sheriff. We love him.
When I think he celebrated either it was our sponsorship with Bloke or when we did our first ever beer.
Yeah.
Our first strawberry and cream collab.
I think it was Bloke.
I think it might have been Bloke.
With the RC.
And the RC.
Yeah.
And he had the goggles on and everything and did an RC, which for those at home, basically he had one of his mates stand above him nude and they poured a Bloke down his arse crack.
Yep.
And he drank it.
Yep. It was a sight to be seen. There is a video out there somewhere. I can't remember where it is.
Frothies.
Yeah. We'd probably be fucking cancelled if it came out now. But I'm pretty sure it was Bloke, because I remember Kempy sending it to Kempy and him just being like, what the fuck? But that was definitely someone going the big lift early. Do you have any other Sheriff moments in your top 5? Because I've just thought of one, but I don't want to spoil it if it's in.
You know what? I actually loved when he, just thinking about it, not maybe in my top 5, but I do have like another Sheriff.
Well, I just thought of one, but I didn't want to say it if it was going to be in your top 5 and ruin it, because the Sheriff, obviously one of the OG listeners of the pod, but my favourite Sheriff story was the first day we met him, which was our first ever collab beer launch we did at Revel.
Yeah.
He was there. I thought I was early. He was the only person in the brewery when I got there. And he's like, oh, hey, man. And never met him before, never even seen him. We're just having a beer, blah, blah, blah. And Dave Kenzie, the official trotter of the podcast, had sent us a message being like, I can't make it to the beer launch because I drive trots and I'm racing this afternoon.
Yeah.
And me and you thought that was so wild that we're like, there's some fucking bloke who drives trots who listens to our show. And he was racing. So we're like, we have to bet on him. He was paying like $19.
Yeah.
And I told the Sheriff, and Sheriff's like, fucking oath, and just jumped on, and he won.
Which is crazy.
And we were all sitting there like, holy shit.
I remember walking in as he crossed the line, and you guys just this little table all going mental.
Yeah, it was.
What the fuck is
Fuck it hell. That was one of my ffavorites. Number 5 for me, a selfish one. Doug's beer.
Yeah.
Pretty cool to be able to make a beer in honor of my granddad. We did it about a year ago now.
Yeah.
It's our second time around with launch Doug's XPA. So got to surprise granddad on his birthday with his very own beer, which is fucking crazy. And he's still got like a can up on his mantelpiece at home.
Yep.
So pretty special moment for me, and obviously only possible because people are getting around us and supporting us and buying the beers. So shout out to everyone out there.
Love that. One of my other moments that I really enjoyed, it's something that we did it multiple times. We haven't done it for ages, but when we first started out this podcast, we used to bring our mates on.
Yep.
All the time.
All the time.
Now, most of them are too scared to come on now because there's a bit of a bigger audience than fucking 30 people a week.
Yep.
But when we used to bring our mates on and just chat shit and reminisce about old stuff, or bring our fucking messenger chat debates onto
live
podcast form, and get heated and just not really care about who was listening, but try and convince people on our point. It's just a fun moment for me. Now, a lot of people, when we started this podcast, it literally was we were doing other stuff at the time, but we just wanted to do something where we could get a little bit more content and post it for people to enjoy. But it was also a reason to catch up with ourselves, but also our mates, and
have a beer and talk shit.
Yeah, for me, that's just a very special thing, is that because some of those times, like it was during lockdown and stuff like that, where you were allowed to have a small congregation. It was a way for us to meet up, have a beer, chat, see people, and not go fucking insane. So
it was. It was
something that I always treasure.
Definitely got us through COVID, that's for sure.
We had some funny like videos and whatnot that came. You don't have any of the boys' videos in there, do you?
No.
No, there's some that one of my personal favourites was the Monopoly on the fish market from Seb.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I actually do have that, but that's fine.
Oh, shit.
I'll play it later. No, it was a noteworthy thing, but we'll play it later.
That was one of my favourite, or like the fights between the Brizzy villain and the Whopperman. Just all shit like that. Like it's just
dumb shit, but so
dumb, but that's just our mates.
Yeah, and the sick thing about it is because it's all on fucking camera, we can go back and watch it all now and be like, what? We're just going through some stuff before. We're like, holy shit, we did some dumb
Something
shit.
about Miriam.
Yeah, 100%. My number 4 was the explicit episode. Josh, do you remember?
Yes.
It was like our first real sponsor, Nobby Underwear. We shouldn't be fucking saying it now because they're not paying us, but shout out to them. I didn't even know how the in-joke started, but everyone every week would say, what do you think of the podcast? This was back when there weren't many people listening at all.
It's when we used to do give us feedback.
Yeah, and everyone every week was like, we need more nudity. We need more nudity. Yeah. And then Nobby were like, we want to sponsor the pod. And I was like, we have this idea. And basically more nudity, Klutzy doing a show and his nobbies. Yeah. And it was, I just remember sitting here being like, we were getting paid, I think we were getting paid like $100 a week or something for it, $50 each. And we were both like, fucking oath, we just had a beer at the Caxton and made $50 each. Like, this is the best thing ever. Klutzy's literally doing it in his underwear.
Yeah, it was so good.
But I just remember seeing that and thinking, all I can remember is singed into my brain is you like twerking on the chair going, if Abby Chatfield can do it, so can I, baby. Pretty sure it's still one of our top viewed episodes ever, the explicit episode.
Shout out to Abby Chatfield as well for inspiring me to do that. Yeah. Good on you, love. Another big moment for me that I enjoyed, Magic Round 2022 as a whole. Yep. Just the whole, it was, we've been plugging away at this for a while and you can see numbers on who listens and whatnot. Yep. But the amount of people that we met over the weekend that were either other podcasters, content creators, like it's where we really got to know like the YKTR boys at the time, particularly Lukey and Jacko, who have become great mates of ours. And then like the Hello Sport boys, obviously Tom and Eddie, and Beak, like Kempy.
Yep, Roasty,
Donald the Cuck. Yep. All those sort of fellas. So we all got together and it probably paved the way for this year at Magic Round. I suppose, like, not big noting ourselves, but 2022, we were just like these little dudes who had no idea that people actually enjoyed what we did and that other people were watching what we did. And then 2023, it's like a whole bunch of people coming up being like, fuck, like, how are we going to get into the Caxton? Let's go to the Caxton. We listen to you boys talk about it all the time. We've got nothing like this in Sydney. It's like, suck shit, Matty the water boy, unlucky oos. But like for me, that 2022 Magic Round was, I honestly think, like the turning point for us.
Yeah, I actually had that down as my number 1 moment, which obviously spoils the count up, but that's okay. For me as well, I reckon that was the first real time, and even like meeting frothies and stuff, and people were like, holy shit, I can't believe, like, so good to see you guys. Like, well, fucking hell, we didn't even know anyone was listening. I felt like it was just sort of everything came together at once for that. Like, stuff started to pop off, and then we got to meet some of the people who pretty much inspired us to get into podcasting, which is everyone you listed there. Had a beer with 100 frothies, and probably more over the weekend. That was when it was like, holy fuck, like, we can actually make this, you know, into something massive.
Yeah.
And still is something that like excites us to the day. So yeah, that was a big moment for me as well. Probably my number one, like in terms of everything coming together, just seeing people getting around us, getting around each other, getting around the Caxton.
Yeah.
And yeah, getting to hang out and have a beer and chat shit with a lot of the people that we looked up to and still look up to and inspired us to get going. My number 3, people who are somewhat new to the pod might not know, but we actually started off, the whole reason we're called Bloody Brilliant Beers, I know it's in the opener, but we literally started out reviewing craft beers on Facebook, in a Facebook group, taking the piss though. It was all about like having a laugh, and blokes like us who like drinking lagers like Bloke, but getting out of the comfort zone and trying, you know, a fruited sour or something like that, because it was a whole new world of beers. And that's sort of how we started. And some of the original videos that
There's
were posted.
cooked ones.
I have found one today that I completely forgot about. This is my number 3 moment. I'll show Klutzy. I'll make sure I put the video in the post, but you'll be able to hear it.
I'm wondering, I've got an idea of it. Yep.
How you going, guys? My name is Jacko.
Why is it
from
not
Penno.
coming out of there? That's so annoying. Oh, the volume's all the way down.
How you going, guys? My name is Jacko from Penno. Look, I'm going to level you straight away. Not much of a beer drinker myself, but I'm looking forward to this page providing some great top-notch reviews and to help me find a drop to drink. In the meantime, I've decided to do a science experiment, groundbreaking. You heard it here first. What we have is 3 beers. We have a Carlton Dry, a Steam Rail Pale Ale, and a Hun Super Dry. Low carb, obviously we're all very healthy people. What I'm going to do is use my soda stream to try and recarbonate and fuse these 3 beers in order to try and make a great taste sensation. So let's have a look, see what happens.
So this was posted in our legitimate beer review page.
Oh shit. What's going on? It's broken. Oh crap. So we've had a slight malfunction here. We'll just have a quick taste test. So as you can see, science is not always art. The beer tastes like crap. Cheers, I suppose.
So for people who are just listening,
good.
that was our good mate Jacko from Penno. We haven't heard from him in a long time. We hope you're still out there reviewing 3 beers in his soda stream, all fused as one, and that it basically explodes all over his kitchen.
Upon reflection, 3 terrible beers to try and use to make a great
100%.
taste sensation. But Jacko went on from that as well, and did probably the crookest video that I've ever seen. And that's when he basically filled up his cistern with beer and then flushed the toilet and got a schooner and started drinking. It was like dry reaching. But then he followed it up with a really funny one. It took ages to do. But, you know, like your giant square, just imagine this at home, frothies. It's a giant square water tank.
Yep.
And he filled it up a quarter of the way with just beer and then hooked it up to his sprinkler system and watered his garden with beer.
Didn't he have it coming out of the taps and stuff?
Had it coming out of the taps, yeah. So he had it.
I think he fucked his whole house.
Yeah, it was not good. I don't think his missus was too happy with that either.
Shit, no.
But there was some fucking hilarious posts back in that group back in the day.
And mate, it got me thinking, like, there's way too many to include in the pod, but all of the people who have called in, there's way too many to name. Bundy Dribbler, fucking Bootstrap Dribbler, MILF, Oceanographer obviously is a favourite. The list goes on and on and on. The Ford Falcon Fuckwit more recently.
Yep.
But this is the call Josh was talking about before. That was one of our OG clips, and I'll play it for everyone. It's fucking so funny.
I'm a bit confused. Okay. And potentially the worst piece of advice I've ever received. So you know that saying, catch a fish for a man, he'll eat for a night. Teach a man to fish, he'll eat forever. If you've got a monopoly over the fish market and this cunt doesn't know how to fish, why the fuck would you teach him?
Why wouldn't you just eat forever?
Mate, sell it at a premium.
Why don't you sell him food for a life?
Forever, you've got a monopoly on the game.
Yeah.
That's basic economics.
We'll make sure we reshare these on our socials over the coming days. But yeah, Jacko from Penno's experimental beer reviews and all of the calls that have come in were definitely number 3 for me.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome. One of my other ones that I really enjoyed, I've got a couple on here. I was going to say Oceanographer as a whole. He's been a real standout to me, but I suppose calls as a whole. Our first Christmas party at the cricket. We went along to the cricket with some mates, and then we were just like, let's make this our Christmas party.
We had like a separate bank account that we were putting all that money in that we made off this, and it was this is the time when we were getting paid like $100 a week from some of our sponsors, and I think we went and spent like the year's worth of money that we'd made in one afternoon.
In one arvo at the cricket, it was so much fun.
Like, this is free money. This is so good.
We used to refer to it as fake money, but now we've realised it's not very fake.
No, fuck,
it's quite real
when you're fucking working 50 hours a week for it.
Yeah, it's fucked. But no, I really enjoyed that. But even just doing like dumb shit like that. It's been a lot of fun.
There's been plenty of times we've done dumb shit. Number 2 for me, obviously we know what number 1 was in Magic Round, but an absolute standout moment for BBB over the years was the video of Klutzy running 30 k's per hour. Klutzy basically claimed that he could run as fast as Josh Papali, and everyone who I can't remember who was on, someone else, with one of the boys, called him out, was like, shut up, no way you could. And basically to prove it, we got one of our mates to put his car on cruise control at 30 meters and drive along, and then Klutzy was running and we had to catch him to prove that we were going faster than him, and he just kept getting further and further.
Did it in my budgies up at Mooloolaba, I think it was. It was so good.
It was.
Fuck. I don't know how I go these days. I might need to test it again.
Retest. Get the clutterus going.
Fuck. It's got good courage control. Really good courage control. If we're going to go number 1, and we're going to be selfish here. But probably the ordinary red comp. And that whole week.
I decided to leave that out because I thought you were going to put it in.
I wasn't going to. I didn't want to be selfish. But that whole week was one of the biggest benders, best times that I've ever had.
That was probably the first time we travelled for the podcast as well, hey?
Yeah.
Like properly.
Proper travelled,
and it was fucked. And again, we got to meet some sick people, do some cool stuff. Like at the YKTR studios, at the Hello Sports studios, Batuta Advocate podcast. Like it was a fucking insane weekend. And then the rig day, man, there's a video on my phone somewhere of me filming them announcing the winner, and I have never felt anything like it in my life. Like I was like, surely he's not going to win. Sure. And they said his name, and the pure elation.
It was fucking sick. So got to go back to back in a couple of weeks' time.
100%. Did you have
so soon.
Anything else?
Can you recap some of your moments, that you said, like your top 5?
So I had Magic Round 2022, Klutzy running 300 k's per hour. All the videos / Ben Jack's video and the calls, the explicit episode where you got down to your knobbies, and then Doug's beer. Yeah,
sweet. I think that's pretty much.
I had a fair few other noteworthy ones that I wanted to just run through quickly. We obviously talked about the best calls, but Frothy's going above and beyond. There's been some crazy shit that Frothy's have done. And that to me is always the thing that's crazy. Like, we literally sit down at the pub and talk shit every day. So, well, not every day, but, every close weekend. To, But, like, when there was people who are out there listening and getting around us, going above and beyond and doing shit, that's when I was like, holy fuck, this is so sick. Like, random people that we didn't know. A couple of examples that I thought of was Dave Kenzie and his pink racing shorts when he was trotting with our logo on them. That was fucking insane. Rob from Dysart getting Klutzy a couple of pairs of step ones, remember?
Yeah, that
you
was
talking about chafing. He sponsored the podcast.
Do you know what? I haven't chafed ever since. I've literally just gone to that style of underwear.
There you go.
I've been sweet.
Shout out Rob from Dysart.
Rob changed my life.
And obviously we can't go past the Loz's tat.
Yeah, that's fucked.
The big lift, got our faces tattooed.
Yeah, which is pretty
insane. Number 3, this was just some of the cool events and stuff we've got to go to. Origin 2023 this year. After the game, having a beer with the boys upstairs, that was fucking pretty special. Cool. Technically not the podcast, but we managed to weasel our way up here. And being able to run shape with Matty Johns at the Jacko in Magic Round, that was fucking wild. The Nova Golf Day we got invited to and fucking won.
Ended up winning, That was fucked.
That was so
First and only golf tournament I'll be participating in, I think.
2 of the worst fucking golf players ever. A big one for me was sitting there with What's So Not. He was sort of
I had that down as
the GOAT musician for us, and it was wild. He was just like, come pick me up, and we picked him up and did a podcast and then went to dinner, just crazy. So shit like that just sort of makes you pinch yourself. And one other story that I had that was so good I don't know if Clutzy remembers this, but like when we did our first ever beer with Brendale Brewery, Bootstrap Pale Ale, we basically had this grand plan that we were going to scale it right up and have it stocked in Dan Murphy's and BWS and all that sort of stuff.
We legit thought we'd like cracked the code.
Yeah, because we sold out the first time. But basically the way we worked it was I think we did 50 cases the first time.
Yep.
And they sent us through the pricing. We had to pay for it all before we sold it. So they sent us through all the pricing, and to make any margin, we basically had to make this beer like ridiculously expensive. Yeah. So Klutzy and I were like, let's make it cheap enough so people still want to buy it. And we'll make fuck all. But when we scale it up and make it massive, then we can keep it at the same price. And that's where we'll make money. And we're like, yeah, fuck yeah, we're the smartest dudes ever. So we sold 50 online the first time. And I think we're making about $5 a case.
Yeah.
And then the second time round, we're like, we'll brew more and start to get it into bottle shops and stuff because that's how we'll grow it.
Yeah.
We only doubled it. So we did 100 cases or something with the idea to sell 50 online and 50 to bottle shops again.
Yeah.
But then we realized we had to sell it cheaper to bottle shops than we did online, which meant we got less than $5 profit. So I think we were making about $2 a case.
Yeah, it worked out to 2, and then we also had to deliver it.
Yeah, we delivered ourselves. And I remember the first place we had it stocked was here at the Jacko, and we drove out to Brendale, picked up like 8 cases, came back here, put it in the bottle shop. So made what's $16?
Yeah.
And then went to the bar and we're like, can we get 2 cans of Bootstrap? Because like, of course we're going to have our own beer at the Jacko.
Yeah.
Fucking oath. And it costs more than
It cost more than
$16.
that. Hey, God, it was fucked. It was so fucked. So that's when I think we realised that maybe we steer clear of
Trying
that
to
sort
sell
of
our beer.
shit.
Yeah.
And let's just do collabs because we
Fucking
don't have a brain
disaster.
for that
There's
stuff.
so many stories like that, though, of shit that we've just fucked up and learned along the way. But a massive shout out to anyone who's listening and anyone who's interacted in any way, who's posted in frothies or told a mate about the pod or one of our clips or commented, liked, shared, anything.
Yeah.
Because without all you guys, there would be no podcast.
Shout out to we've got to give a shout out to the missos as well. They've put up with a lot of shit.
Yep.
Very, very patient.
Yep. Absolutely.
Because we just it sort of fucks. We literally have no plans every week.
Yep.
Like every
Pretty
week
much
we'll have
till we
no
get
plan
here.
until we get
Day
here.
of very earliest.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, we're going to be doing this.
Yep.
It's like, sick. When did you plan that out? 5 minutes ago.
We just got a phone call then.
Yeah. Oh, where are you going? Oh, we're going to go to Melbourne.
Yeah.
Fuck. So no, thanks to them for putting up with us. So we'll have to try and treat the ladies this year, I think.
Yeah, plenty of late nights and drunken nights between us, and plenty more to come.
Yeah,
So strap to hit.
oath. Yeah. Just getting started, baby.
We are just getting started. Stay tuned.
Righto, so cranked through our little recap, but we still have another recap to do, and that's the weekend. And we're going to do a little bit of a Caxton Man headline to summarise our weekends.
Yep. Do you want to go first?
I'll go first. Caxton Man flips the Uno reverse card and backs his city with a Broncos jersey purchase on a Saturday morning.
I knew that was. I didn't know that was coming, but I did know that happened. Yeah, that was good. Yeah, how did you feel, mate, on Saturday, rocking up to Punk Club in a Broncos jersey?
So it was a bit. Well, none of the boys noticed for ages. I hit it well. Essentially, I had a great week on the punt last week, responsibly,
of course.
And I was like, fuck it, I'll put a bunch of money away, and I was like, you know what, like Melbourne lost on the Friday night. That was pretty shit.
Yep.
Lost the legs. Fuck. I was watching for a bit, and then Caitlin and I put Mario Kart on at about the 65th minute mark. Am I bad for turning it off? Maybe.
Did
the
painful
boys come
watch
back?
though?
Fuck no.
No.
So we'll see us next year. But as young Donald has said multiple times on the sports show, I do have a very, 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 very soft appreciation and love for the Brisbane Broncos.
What a city. What a team.
Yeah. I back them in a big way.
Yeah.
Every time that Melbourne's playing Brisbane, I back Melbourne. But I go to a lot of Broncos games and all that sort of shit. So I do love the Bronx. And I thought, fuck it.
You're not going to cheer for the Panthers in the final, eh?
No, there's no fucking way I'd ever cheer for the Panthers.
Yep.
Not in this day and age. So I really, really wanted to get behind the Bronx. And what better way than to fucking grab a jersey and put one on?
Yep. Used your punt winnings to buy a jersey.
Used my punt winnings to buy a jersey. Channeled my Captain Davo hat and a Broncos jersey on Saturday at the G-Bung RSL.
And continued to punt.
And fuck, at one point I think I was 8 or 9 of 14 races between Randwick and Caulfield, which is
unheard of stuff. Yeah.
Which was really good. But had the Punt Club shirt over the top and then took it off. No one gave me shit about wearing the Broncos jersey from the boys, which I was actually very surprised at.
Yeah.
Rocked up to Caxton Street with Hurdy, went walking down the street. Quite a few frothies coming up. Finally got the right jersey on, mate.
Yeah.
Like, oh, do you feel like a turncoat? I was like, well, Melbourne aren't playing, are they? They're like, you know what? That's legit.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, they actually said to me, they're like, you're not a turncoat because...
You're not backing the Broncos over your team.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I'm still backing the Bronx.
Yeah.
So it was great. Sterling gave me way too much shit for a bloke who looks the way that he does after the game. It's all right. He's not listening to this, so he can fuck off. But yeah, I just fully got around the fucking Bronx. The atmosphere at the game was
electric,
thunderous.
Yeah,
it was more than electricity. It was the whole fucking shebang.
More than electricity.
It was the whole store minus the Melbourne aspect. But it was fucked, mate. Like when the wires were running out, the mix of cheer and boo. Was so loud I could not hear Caitlin talking next to me.
Yeah, that's wild.
And then when the Broncos came out, it got even louder.
Yeah,
it was just one of the best games I've ever been to. It was so good,
so sick. Such
good attacking footy. Although the Wars lost, they did score 3 tries. So the 12 points is a bit. I don't know. It doesn't
deceiving.
Look that flattering. Yeah, it's deceiving. That's the word. But it was It was a great night.
Did you get up to much else on the weekend?
I don't think I did, actually. I sat at home and did fuck all.
Can't just sit at home all the time.
No. That's
Come down to the Caxton.
I took Alexios around the Greek islands again for a bit of a
seem to be just spending a fair bit of time in the Greek islands these days, which is good.
Yeah, it's nice.
Treat
it's nice
yourself.
to unwind. Shout out to Mykonos.
I actually also have a headline for my weekend. Yep. I was at Punk Club on Saturday, but then went down to Coralbin Sunday night and Monday for a golf trip with a few of the other boys. And see if you can figure out my weekend from this headline. Caxton man waking up ashamed after failing an attempt to wedge a card in his mate's ass.
Oh my God.
So, 4 of us went down to Coralbin for the weekend, played a bit of golf. We played on Sunday. You know, it was real nice. I haven't played golf in ages and got on the piss.
Yeah.
We had beers with us and we were staying at the golf course. You had nowhere else to be. So it's just have as much piss as you want.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about anything.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
Got to the 9th hole, refilled for the back half. Just great stuff.
Yeah.
It's I haven't played golf. I don't think I've ever played 18 holes of golf at once. It's just on the piss all day playing. Yeah,
Fuck.
True. Yeah. Literally, that would have been the last time.
That's crazy.
So it was glorious. And then there's a little tavern down the road. People who don't know Coralbin, it's fucking tiny. Tavern shut at 9. So
it's fucked.
We ended up just going back to the room and playing cards and getting hammered. And then I don't know how it happened, but basically one of the boys I was with is really good at flicking cards, and he was trying to attempt to flick a card and get it stuck in between one of our other mates' arse cheeks. But we couldn't get it done. So it was,
What do you think was the problem there?
Well, I couldn't see straight. I couldn't throw further than as far as my nose, so I was no chance. But
because have you ever seen those TikToks of those American dudes?
Yeah.
And they will sit there for hours.
That's what it was like, dude, except we're all blind. And
fuck.
Yeah, it was pretty
funny.
funny.
So would have tripled it. Tripled the time.
Exactly. Yeah. The bloke ended up with welts all over his back because the one dude could really throw cards. But yeah, it got weird. It was fucking
Who could
fun.
throw them well?
Who do you think? Yeah.
Of course.
King of weird skills. Yeah.
Weird thing, yeah.
So yeah, that was my weekend, but
weak wristed.
Yeah.
I did think of one other thing actually.
Yep.
I got a headline for it. Caxton man gets stitched up by father and actually becomes the real operator of the house.
Yep, I heard about this too.
Yeah, this is fucked. So, Dad bought a new boat a couple of months back.
Yep.
And we've got a bit of to get it into our driveway, the driveway's quite narrow, the boat's quite wide.
Yep.
So, it's better to just drive straight in, do a fucking big circle in the backyard and then come back up.
Yep.
Problem with this boat is the trailer sits a bit lower, so it actually scrapes on this little hump of ground as you go down into the backyard.
Yep.
So we borrowed the mini excavator from work and did that on Sunday. So I'm already like, had a fairly big night the night before.
At the footy, yeah.
Didn't have much sleep, and I was just like,
You posted a video of it just before, and someone commented saying you look hungover. It's like newsflash.
yeah, newsflash. I said 10 points to you because you're right on the money.
Finger on the pulse, bro.
Yeah, so I was feeling quite out of it.
Yeah.
And we pulled back up at mum and dad's, and I was like, oh, so did you want to drive it off? Or dad's like, I've never operated one of these before. I'm like, oh, fuck
yeah.
me. On the main road in Ashgrove.
Keep in mind,
there.
I don't know enough about machines and all that sort of shit, but I got a video sent to me the other day of Clutzy being stuck in some sort of machine. Couldn't get the
I
door
was
open.
stuck inside a Bobcat because the door, it's an old Bobcat that this bloke had, and I moved it for him, and the latch got stuck. So then he's like, oh, you can only open it from the outside. I was like, sick. Thank fuck I'm not by myself, because that could be fucked.
How did we lose Clutzy? He starved to death in a Bobcat.
But tell you what, coming off the trailer, I'd never taken the excavator off the trailer. Now, it's only a little trailer, but I just, had head noise because I'd never done this before.
Yep.
I went to swing the boom, and I was like, there's passing traffic out to your right.
Don't swing it to right. Main road
it's
too.
gonna
Like,
cost
well,
a
maybe not a
lot
main road, but like busy road.
Very busy road.
Yeah.
So it was going to cause a lot of damage. So I was just sort of sat there for probably 30 seconds, and I was like,
Stitched
Dad's
up.
like, what's up? I was like, I don't know, man. Can you pull that tray back? And it was just a random tray. I didn't want to take it out. But then I was like coming off the trailer, and I had the boom out with the buckets on the fucking cement. And I was like tipped on a fucking hectic angle. And some people I used to work with, Lockie and Millie, drove past. They're waving. I'm like, fucking help me, please. Go down, drive on the road. And I'm just driving fucking down the footpath on this excavator. Get out the back, almost fucking. Dad was like, oh, you should do this. And I was like, fuck, I want to do this other way, but whatever. I'm just going to
Listen to
do
Dad.
what he says.
Yep.
Even though he hasn't operated, which I completely forgot at this time. And I start tipping. I was like, nah, I'm fucking doing it my way, mate.
Yeah.
Got it done, though.
Safely.
I thought I cleaned up the backyard real well as well. And then he's like, oh, just rough this stuff up. Roughed it up. Looked like shit. And he's like, that is perfect.
Yep.
Now I can do with it what I want. I was like, fuck. Like, the learning operator inside of me, the apprentice operator, I suppose, really wanted to make it look better, but Dad was happy.
You can only
I
do
was
what you
happy.
can.
And then I was shitting bricks to load it back on the trailer.
I can imagine.
With a mini, you've got to you put your back blade down and then you get your boom with the bucket and you push yourself up off the ground.
Yeah.
And then you have
That's fucked.
your tracks come out, so you got a wider base, so you're not going to flip as easy. But I've seen this thing flipped that many fucking times because of different things.
And probably never on a main road before.
No.
That's not where you want to be flipping.
That's it. So I've adjusted it, put them back in, start driving up, and I was like, I'm going to fuck this up. And just had so much head noise about doing it. Went straight up on perfect. Dad's
Thank
like,
God.
oh, how many times have you done that? That's
One.
a first. He's like, well, you've absolutely nailed it.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Thank you, Michael. Went home, fucking dropped it back off to the shed, and
That's all she wrote?
yeah, basically I'm an operator now.
Yeah, well
it's
done.
not that fucking hard, so stop complaining, guys.
The other thing that happened to me on the weekend, I had a bit of a scat thought, and I thought I could use it as scat thought of the week. I probably
I
don't
like
have them
this.
as often as you, I would guess, but this one really
Yeah, you're
got
not
me
as
thinking.
weird.
No, I think I was actually on the way here last week
Yep.
to record maybe the sports show, and leaving home, I was like, oh, I just really feel like some chocolate. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to stop at the shops
Yep.
and buy some. Went into Woolies. Walked in, saw at the front Sour Patch Kids, like sour, like gummy babies. Like,
Oh, yeah.
maybe I feel like them. I was like, oh, I don't know if I want them or chocolate. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to get fucking both.
Nice.
Picked up Sour Patch Kids, got to get chocolate. My plan was to get just a little bar. I'm like, you know what? I'll just get a whole block
Why not?
of Cadbury Dairy Milk. It's my favourite.
Yep.
And I just had this moment. I was like, I have a car and a job. So I have a means to get around and money to spend.
Yep.
I could do some serious fucking damage here. Like, I have life savings. And I was like, imagine if I just spent $10,000 on chocolate right now. You know what I mean? Like, who's stopping me? No one's stopping
you.
me. Like,
No one's stopping you.
If you have money in the bank, no one's stopping you from just being completely reckless.
Yeah.
And I've never had a thought like that in my life. I was like, I was at a major shopping centre at Westfield. I was like, I could go and spend every cent I own right now. And just, you know what I mean? Like,
and you'd probably be quite happy with it.
100%.
You know,
Like, it just crossed my mind. I was like, holy fuck, I could seriously, like, even being reckless as far as going, I could just buy $100 worth of chocolate. Like, that would be fucking crazy. But like,
bro, you know it's fucked.
Self-service checkout, no one would even know.
Tax time, Christmas time, that is my legitimate thought in my head.
Yep.
You know, when I bought that fucking TV last year,
Yep.
I was like, what is the most amount of money that I could be reasonably happy with
like just
spending on a fucking TV?
So it's not going to impact my life.
Yeah. Boom.
Got it.
There it is.
It really rocked me. I was like, I've never thought like this before ever. And I could just right now ruin my own life on Cadbury Dairy Milk chocolate.
Not the worst way to ruin it.
Not the worst way to go out.
Not the worst way to ruin it at all.
Oh, yeah. I can think of 10 different ways.
Fuck,
but
it's so funny.
Yeah, it just had me real rattled.
How weird is it as well, though? Like, when you might not have thought about chocolate for ages or Sour Patch Kids, but you just get that craving for it.
100%. Or you see them, you're like, oh.
But I was driving home the other week. I think I told you about this. And I'd been on the phone to Caitlin and got off the phone, and I was like, God, I could do with a caramel slice.
Yep.
I haven't had a caramel slice in years, bro.
Where did that thought come from?
No idea.
And then
I could taste it.
Go to
as
the next
well.
level. You could spend $200 on caramel slices if you really wanted.
I could buy the entire fucking bakery, bro.
Imagine that. Just clear it out. What
would you
pie
like
do you
today?
want? Every pie.
Can I have every pie that you've cooked up, please?
Are you going to eat them all? Probably not.
Probably not. No, but there's a freezer out back.
Yeah, exactly right. No one's going to be any the wiser.
And it's like those, little marshmallow worm sort of things.
Yeah.
You can just fucking sit there and let them melt in your
like
mouth.
50 chocky milks.
It's so fucked.
How many chocky milks you got back there? Because I have all of them. Who's going to stop you?
No one's going to stop
No
me.
one. Except for
Except
yourself.
for my arsehole. My arsehole might have
That's
something
after
to
the
say
fact,
about
though.
it.
That's after the fact.
Fuck, but that is a crazy thought. When you think about it. It's a scat thought.
It is a scat thought. And now it haunts me every time I walk into the lolly shop. You could ruin your life right
Send me
here, right
in a
now.
drive-through.
All right, Cotty, I've been seeing something all over the internet, and basically it's a little thing called girl math. I don't know if you've seen it.
No, I haven't actually.
Oh, you
Please
haven't?
explain.
Oh, well, there's been heaps of clips I've been seeing online of heaps of different people doing it, but I thought I'd just Google it so to save any sort of ambiguity and just get a bit of a wrap up for the frothies out there. So what exactly is it? You may have seen videos popping up online, or maybe you do a bit of girl math yourself. Let's add it up. In the world of girl math, cash is not real money. Buying on sale is a form of saving, and cosmetic procedures are an investment in your future self.
Yeah, right.
So I was kind of thinking like, yep, makes sense. I've seen all these videos, but got me thinking like there's such a thing as bloke math, I think.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And I don't know about you, but I dabble in it quite a bit.
Oh, dude, all the time.
It's basically just me justifying to myself any disgusting decisions that I make.
Yep.
So I have a few that I thought I'd bring through for the pod. Just an example of bloke math and how I use it in my everyday life. Now, we just talked about how much I love dairy milk chocolate. One of my favourite pleasures in life, right?
Yep.
I have been known to eat a whole block in one sitting, family size, which people think is fucking amazing. The trick is eat it till you get sick, then put it back in the fridge for 10, 15, then knock it off.
And go again.
People think that's fucked. That's so many servings of chocolate that you're eating all at once. Like, yeah, you're right, it is. But I'm the only one that eats it in my house. So, like, what difference does it make if I eat all the calories in one sitting or across the whole week?
Yeah.
It's the same calories.
Exactly.
They're still going in. I'm still going to eat them.
actively choosing to do this.
I'm just going to get it over and done with now.
Yeah,
and then
fuck it,
got
why not?
The rest of the week eating healthy. Get it all over and done with early.
exactly.
I can burn it off all week.
Boom.
What's the point of fucking eating too many calories every day?
Exactly, because then you got to work harder every day.
Exactly.
So
I have
why
one
not
bad
just-
day and then sort it out for the rest of the week.
Just fucking go yourself.
Yeah, no use stretching it out.
I like that.
Like if you had something bad happen to you, you'd almost rather just get it over and done with.
100%, dude. That's my go-to all the
So
time.
that's how I justify eating a whole block of chocolate in one day. It's bloke math. Same sort of thing as the self-improvement thing, I guess.
Yep.
With the ladies. I need a new pair of running shoes. They're going to be quite expensive. I probably can't afford them. But it's a good choice to make. It's going to make me a better person.
Yeah, it will be.
I'm going to get so much joy and
because
love
you're not
out
going to
of
be
them.
this angry little cunt
Exactly.
for having small feet.
Exactly. I've got nothing to complain about. My feet are great. My knees are great. I've got new shoes.
You should go get new shoes.
I'm going to get new shoes.
Yeah, cool.
I'm going to get new shoes. One of the other examples I had was I basically just wanted a bender.
Yep.
So I had Friday. What did I do on Friday? Something.
Got
Paddy,
pissed.
someone's birthday dinner at the pub, few beers.
Yep.
Saturday, punk club, into a friend's place for dinner for the footy. Sunday, down at Coralbin, drinking beers all day, playing golf. Same thing. Guess the Sunday, you're a piece of shit. You've just been on the piss 2 days in a row. Well, there's no point having one day off and then starting again. So I'll just, while I'm being
Go on
bad,
through.
while I'm being bad, just keep it up. Get it over. Indulge.
I like it.
If you're going to indulge, and then
Exactly.
stop.
I like where this bloke maths is going.
Yeah, I feel like we can almost justify any decision that we want to make with bloke maths.
Well, here's one for you.
Yep.
All right. You're going over, say, to a mate's place.
Yep.
And you're not going to have a big night.
No.
But you want to have a couple of beers.
Yeah, that's fine.
There's no point buying a 6-pack.
No.
Why fucking pay $20 when you can pay
52.
40 or $50 and you get 4 of them?
Exactly.
And then you got them for the next time so you don't have to go back.
Exactly. Less
Now,
trips to the bottle oat.
Divide
Cheaper.
and conquer. Exactly. So you get more, therefore you divide. And
Yep.
you don't have to go to the bottle shop as many times.
Yep. Also
therefore
cheaper.
you can get into drinking piss quicker. And yes, cheaper.
And also you can drink more piss because it's cheaper.
Yeah.
So like,
Which is the best.
Instead of buying 100 beers for the price of however many 6-packs that is,
Yep.
you're only paying for the price of 4
You
cartons.
can essentially get 2 cartons for the same price as 4 6-packs.
Exactly.
Which is fucked.
Which is more piss for cheaper.
It's basic bloke maths, people.
If you're
That's what we're
buying,
trying to get through.
if you're buying a 6-pack, your bloke math is all wrong. You need to fucking come over, sit down, chat with us. We'll sort you out.
It's just like my pizza hack with Domino's.
Yeah.
Why would I just get the one pizza and 2 sides and I can get 3 and 3?
Brekkie tomorrow. Sorted.
Brekkie tomorrow, lunch, dinner.
Carry it through the week if you
Boom,
want.
there
Keep
we
it in the
go.
fridge.
If you're smart about it.
There's money to be made.
Yeah, exactly, frothies. If you're smart about this shit, you can make so much money and you've just Who needs to meal plan then? You know what I mean?
Just
Like you've
order
just
extra.
done 3 days of meal planning with one Domino's order.
What are you going to do? Go to Domino's, get your pizza, and then the next day go to Woolies and do a grocery shop and cook and clean and pack?
Fuck
No.
No, what's the point?
Yeah, it's economical. It's time saving. It's bloke maths.
So that's the sort of stuff that we're looking for. I'd love to hear some examples of people's bloke.
Fucking oath. I would love to hear some examples.
Or ladies, if you have either your own girl math, maybe.
Or
like
you
just
need us to maybe
justify.
put a bloke lens on your girl math. If there's
Yeah.
something you're struggling to
Yeah.
decide on or justify, let us know.
It's like deodorant cans. I reckon this is something at Woolies that every time they're on special.
Yep.
Doesn't matter how I might have 5 full ones at home, but rest
You never know
assured,
when
I'm
you're gonna
buying
run out.
another Lynx Africa at $4.25.
100%.
There's no way I'm paying
50% off.
$8.50.
Yeah, no, fuck.
$12
You
for
know
some
you're
of
going to
them.
use it.
Exactly.
You know you're going to use it eventually.
Just keep stashing and stashing and stashing.
Yeah.
There's no point in paying overs when you can get something at a much reduced price.
Exactly right.
I do it all the time with the the Crackit fucking they're little ice cream tubs.
Yeah.
And they're like Magnum ones.
Yeah.
And they're fucking
They are. I know
they
the
are
exact
my
ones. They are
kryptonite.
fucked. The
bro.
caramel one is so fucked.
Yeah,
bro.
the caramel one, or even the white chocolate. It's got a nice chocolate top, and then you let it sit for like 5 minutes and crack it. Boom, get into it. They're usually like $12 or something.
Yeah, I'm the same. When they're on
Ridiculous.
special, treat yourself.
$4. Oh, yeah, grab a couple.
Come to
of
daddy.
them.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Oh, it goes out of date in 2 days. Yeah, bro, it's not going to even make it to
You
the
know
car
what?
park.
2 birds with one stone there as well, Das.
What?
Because you're getting a good amount of hard chocolate.
Yeah.
So maybe you don't need to get the family block size.
No.
You can just enjoy cold and regular chocolate.
And eat it all at once.
Fuck.
I'm going to be coming to this podcast, though, with anytime I need to make a substantial purchase,
Yeah.
I'm going to be coming here and talking it out with you just so I can have a
Yeah,
good
okay,
justification
good.
before I move ahead. And yeah, as you said, if there's anyone out there listening who's umming and ahhing about a purchase, reach out.
I know what purchase I'll be fucking discussing soon on
Golf
this one.
clubs.
Golf clubs.
Well, you
There's a
can't
bloke from-
hire clubs every time we
No,
fucking
you
play.
can't. What's the point in hiring things?
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because you're going to...
Especially things you're going to use more than once.
Yeah. I've never got like the hiring of a suit or something like that. Just invest in the suit jacket.
But you're never going to use golf clubs once in your life.
No.
In fact, if you buy golf clubs, you're probably making money in the long run.
Yeah. That's how I see most purchases.
And you don't want to buy a shitty old pair that are going to
Yeah.
break and need to be replaced because then you're going to end up spending more money anyway.
I actually thought there was an infinite loop on this one website.
This would be good.
Yeah. Caitlin uses the Iconic a fair bit.
Yep.
Now, they've got this thing, you buy the clothes, right?
Yep.
And if you return it,
Yep.
you get 110% or 115% back.
What?
Because they'd rather you re-spend that money on
With
their
them.
products
Oh,
with
so
them
it's like
than give you the money
It's like
back.
a credit, but not.
It's a credit.
You can't
but-
use it. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's not
Yeah.
cash. It's still credit.
It's not cash, but it's still credit, but it's 110, 115%.
So you could buy
of the
something
original
for 10
price.
bucks, return it for 11, buy
Yeah.
something for 11,
So
so on and so
I
forth.
thought there was an infinite loop here. I really thought I was onto something.
Yeah.
And I convinced Caitlin that we were onto a money-making scheme that
First person in
no
the
one
world
else
to
had
think
thought
about
of. No one else that uses the Iconic had thought of this. This is what I thought about myself here. Why don't we just say you buy something at $100 and it goes up to 115, and then you just keep going and going and going and going.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's not what I want. It's not what I want. Boom! You just got yourself a Gucci handbag, love, and I
For the
didn't have
price
to
for
pay a single
$100.
fucking cent.
Well, you had to pay $100, but
Yeah. Well, not me personally.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
did.
Yeah.
But
Where'd you come unstuck?
well, you can't do it more than once. So you buy a product, you return it, then you can't roll it over.
Yeah, thought
So
that
you
might
buy
be
your next thing,
and you
boom,
fucked.
that's it. See you later.
So what did you end up with?
I don't know.
Forgot
I
about
don't know. She's got a dress for work, so that's cool. But yeah, we read the T's and C's.
Crack the
That's
code.
something that always gets people
Oh,
is the T's and C's.
Make
Now,
sure you check
they're
the
small
T's
for a
and Cs.
reason.
Yeah.
Because when you've got big ambitions like myself, you're not going to go for something small like terms
no.
and conditions.
Shit, no. So yeah, if you need a hand justifying something out there, please reach out. We'll help you justify it.
100%.
We'll help you with any bloke math you need.
Yep.
Thank you very, very much for listening. If you want to give us a hand and want to support the pod, send this to someone who needs a card wedged in their ass.
Yeah.
Send it to a mate. Say, hey, the boys said to send to someone who needs a card wedged in their ass. So I
Yep.
thought you'd like it.
Yep.
Just, that's all you need to say.
Have
Send
a
it to
little
them.
listen.
Yep. They can do the rest.
Yeah, share the love around, and maybe we can have a ask card throwing contest at the Caxton
Caxton
one
Hotel.
day.
Yeah, maybe.
That'd be good.
That would be good.
Be fucking sick.
Bye for now.
Bye.